to your February 2020. This is going to be the What Aren't They Telling You for the beautiful sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Hello, Taurus. This is going to be from the very last week of the month. We're going to close you out. This energy is going to close out the energy for the month, but it is going to be from the week of the 23rd through the 29th. Let's find out what they're not telling you this week. As you all know, the top 5 videos of the week will be extended. Taurus, you came in number 1. So thank you for all of your likes, your shares, your subscriptions, and of course, your views. Thank you for helping making this video number 1 and counting. Let's get started. So Taurus, going into your energy just for the overall month, it's been really about your feelings with your partner. I did not get an opportunity to do a snip for you guys. Just with the way that the energy has been going, for those of you who care, and go over to channel 2 and watch that. So it was, this month for you was about communication. I'm going to just give you a little blurb. And there was a lot of things that caused you, Taurus, as a person, obviously, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, or wherever else you may have Taurus in your personal planets, because you'll feel it right away. If it is in your outer planets, you will probably feel a delayed reaction, or a delayed, depending on how it's aspected. But more importantly, it was just about putting too much on yourself, maybe putting too much on yourself, maybe carrying on too much of the load. A lot of what was going on with you in the month of February was definitely about your communication. And with Mercury being in retrograde, which is the planet of communication, it probably caused some issues. And you don't have a problem with standing your ground on things, Taurus, but this month really proved to be very difficult in some matters in your life. Not just Mercury retrograde related, but just based on the things that you had already been experiencing in this relationship. So the month really caused you to be overly overly persistent to push through things. As we close it, we're still in Mercury retrograde, but the energy is going to be shifting. This could have also affected you in other areas of your life. We did not do a general energy read this month. We will be bringing that back. Okay. It did not seem to bother you as much because you're not really focused on other people's opinion, and you can kind of get through whatever's thrown at you. But that can be good or bad. We all have lessons to learn in that particular area. So I just wanted to go ahead and give you that little blurb, because I know that it's just been a hard month for you, Taurus, okay? And judging by the way you've basically come in number 1 every single month, I know it's been hell. So when we start doing these going forward, we'll see where you end up. But I feel that there was a couple of zodiac signs that shifted a little bit, but you basically remained strong the entire month. So I appreciate you doing that. So let's go ahead and get started. So again, we will be looking, thank you for allowing me to do that. We will be looking at your partner, finding out what they're not telling you. Energies can be reversed. As you know, energy is fluid. When you watch the video, it's for you. But we're going to see what we can pick up for this week, the 23rd through the 29th, and go from there. It's been a never-ending story as far as miscommunications with a lot of you and your partners, of course. But a peek at the past actually isn't as bad as you think, Taurus, because one of the things that was realized in the peak of the past is that they were in love. Now, this person does have a huge cup of love for you. This is water energy, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. When an ace is there, it's going to reactivate a new cycle. A new cycle, which means, and I try to explain this to you guys so you don't discount the BS that it took to get you there. And honestly, it's not all wine and roses. I mean, in order for you to get to an ace, you had to travel through the entire the entire series from the 2 to the 10, good, bad, or indifferent. So don't discount that. This person does want a new beginning with you, but overall, if it's not indicative of a new beginning, they had to come into some realizations that they didn't tell you, because it looks like they have some habits, and this month has been highlighting a lot of habits and just things that I'm telling you, it's been the exact same thing but slightly different for each one of you. And what it's clarifying that is romantic feelings. So they really are about to move towards you and tell you that. If the majority of the time between you and your partner has been spent with miscommunicating, you said this, I took it like that, blah 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 blah, that is about to not change per se, but there is going to be a new tangible path basically built for you to be able to operate a little bit more. Because more importantly, a lot of times, it's all about meeting the other person's need for love. And it looks like you have a person here that may be either equally as stubborn as you can be, Taurus, in a few ways, or they have a little bit of earth and there is some air intertwined because they stay in their head. You're a little bit more practical on some things, which again can be good, bad, or indifferent. And then one of the things I feel like that kept starting and stopping this new beginning, or it could have been a million resets, was this Knight of Wands. I'm sorry, Knight of Hearts or the Knight of Cups. And this is in this deck, I liken this card to be the Pisces card. And as you can see, there are the fish there, and one is swimming upstream and one is swimming downstream. A hopeless romantic, a person that's in love, that is in love with the idea of love, but not necessarily the work that it takes to sustain a good relationship. It's more than just about saying I love you. It's more just than about feeling I love you. You know that well, Taurus, but your person kind of goes up and down. If they're swimming upstream, things are a-okay. If they're swimming downstream, then there lies some problems, okay? And honestly, even when they're swimming up, because this particular energy I feel is in love with the idea of being in love, the notion. Now, when we have a very idealistic individual that is more focused on the idealism of the relationship rather than doing the work, and you're complete opposite, very tangible. What is this? What are we doing? What is this called? Into routines, wanting to do things, and they're completely different. That's when we have that you came about and your energy presented a new love. You were someone that brought a different type of energy into this person's life, and they are now acknowledging that. Okay, I feel like this is definitely a water sign that you are connecting with, Taurus. Definitely. Okay, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio shows up in your peak of the past. Okay, so moving on to present energy, the very first thing is we have this Queen of Swords. This is air energy, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. When the Queen comes out, she is no nonsense. She will come out and she demands the truth. If you or your partner has air in either one of your personal planets that is affecting you, this could be your energy. Or it can be an energy that both of your energies combined came out to kind of remind you the truth is needed here. But I kind of feel like maybe you put some boundaries up, Taurus, that sounds sort of like what you do, or what you can do when there is some confusion, and mentally it'll be a barrier. So there's definitely been some type of boundaries. I feel like this person realized, and I normally quote timelines. I really don't feel like this is a true breakup. If I can just go back to the peak of the past for a second, it really feels more like you just can't quite get right. It's this particular week. This energy is all about not necessarily the stop and go. No, not necessarily the cup of love, the Ace of Cups, a brand new beginning in love, romantic feelings, new love, and the Knight of Cups. But it's more so like that energy exists, but it's not existing where it can make you guys grow. it actually can kind of hinder a little bit because the Ace of Cups hasn't been 100% expressed. And it could have been a possible restart, stop, reset over and over and over again. And sometimes you need a break away from that. So, a person that has more water in their chart understands the way their feelings fluctuate. I'm sorry to go back for a second before we get into this. Um, and you, Taurus, if you are Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, you don't understand that because it's like, I already love you. What are we doing? Like to you, it's so shifty. It's so Pisces. It's so upstream, downstream. And that's exactly the person that you're dealing with. The fluctuation of their new feelings, the fluctuation of their feelings and how they love is new for you. It's too shifty. It's about you guys meeting each other's need for love. And that is exactly what she wants. She demands the truth. So when you put the kibosh on these bad behaviors or things that this person does as a coping mechanism as well as your own, because it is a major arcana and this is the devil. But before we get into the devil, the queen comes in yielding her sword of truth, and she wants truth. She demands clarity, more importantly. But this person can't give it to you, now can they? So what I'm showing here is honestly is that they're trying to temper themselves. Now I don't see temperance. I actually see strength. And that's basically what they're not telling you. And that's the unfortunate part because you're so tangible and practical. If they just let you know and gave you something to hold on to, Taurus, you probably would calm down. But until this happens, you're not gonna know, and you're not gonna let up until you see what you need to see. It's all about meeting each other's need for love. And when we talk about the Five of Wands prior to the devil, this is a blended deck, guys. If you're interested in the cards that I'm using, link below. Everything is below. This is the Five of Wands: conflict, quarreling, confusion. And that's exactly what this relationship has been. Exactly what it has been. More fire energy is present, or actually, yeah, we'll get into some more fire cards here. But, and this is also the devil. So there could be some Capricorn influences between you guys, or this could just be the energy that's represented. And that's a strong energy. I'm not going to necessarily just put that on your partner, Taurus, especially El Stubborn One. And trust me, I don't like those connotations as well, with me having this placement as guys. But, it's unfortunate when you deal with an opposite energy and you get these connotations or you get these stereotypes. But honestly, yes, if you have this placement, you are firm. And it's not that you're not trying to be, and I'm speaking this of a Taurus, a Venus, and Mars. I understand that there are opportunities, and I know that the opportunities exist for you guys as well. I know that there are opportunities, and this is across the board for everyone to be a little bit more flexible. You just are immovable when there is like if you have made your mind up, that's what it is. The beauty of that is, and there's always two sides to every story, or three if we're talking about the truth, his, hers, and the truth. But the beauty of it is, in my opinion, is that you can be loyal to a fault, and the loyalty is not even warranted anymore. Or you could throw in the towel too soon, Taurus, and not give the person the chance to realize the potential that you saw in the first place. So we all have that, right? So I'm not going to let you off the hook with this devil energy either. But I do feel like this person, I hear them saying, I have issues, you have issues. A water sign will, because I have water in my chart as well, has a tendency to remind you of how you made them feel. Your Five of Wands energy with this person has been very, you did it, I'm going to do it too. There's a level of vindictiveness in all of us, but depending on your drive and what drives you and all of these other things, your vindictiveness is going to be a little bit different. They may take back love, but you're going to take back things. And you both could have um, water and earth in your chart. You let me know, okay? Heart of the matter is more earth. See, this is what I'm talking about. So I really do feel like, I really do feel like this person has a water moon or a water Venus that you're dealing with. But here we go. So then when we start talking about the Eight of Pentacles, obviously we're focused. We are working diligently. And in the heart of the matter, this person definitely must have some type of Mars and Capricorn or Mars and Earth. Because to them, improving this situation is all about what they can show you, which is a good thing because that's what you need. So if this has been a situation, Taurus, where they have, did things in a way where to you it made them look like a child, or they process things from a hurt feelings perspective and nothing got resolved, you have the ability, and the other two earth signs as well, to kind of I don't like the word detach, but for those who are watching on your behalf, it may be what they feel like. So, but we're going to say, for the sake of argument here, you know how to kind of put your feelings to the side and deal with the facts. And a person that has a lot of water in their chart, that's like speaking Chinese, because all they can focus on is how you made them feel. And all you may be focused on is getting down to the facts and moving past it, because you're practical and you don't want to get bogged down in all of that, depending on what's in your chart. But with that being said here, I believe that they're looking at you because you blocked your emotions. In the Two of Swords energy, you're avoiding because it seems like it's a never-ending story to you. And you're just like, oh my God. Remember, a person that has realized that they're in love with you, as evidenced with this Ace of Cups, is going to take everything personal. It's like that Music Soul Child song. What happened to the one I used to know? The one I used to laugh and joke with. The one I used to share all my secrets. We used to chill and be down for whatever together. Yeah. It's like, what happened to the one I used to know? That's what this is. What happened to the one that you used to know? I'm going to let both of you guys know that. Crosswatcher Taurus got tired, obviously, of not seeing eye to eye. And Taurus, the person that you used to know, fell in love. And your love is a little bit more tangible. Their love is a little bit more, they don't like it. Isn't the irony of the water signs is that as much as you feel, you hate to fall in love? And Taurus, it may be some parts of it that's a little uncomfortable for you, but for the most part, you're just like, okay, it's feelings. Because it doesn't hit the same. It's just a different hit. So you're blocking it. And they don't like that. No parts of it. This is also blended energy for Hangman. Okay. So, I feel as if they're looking at you and they're like, so I've come this way, all this way. Doesn't matter how you're feeling about what our progress is. I love you now. So that means that you just get to block me out, Taurus? That's exactly what this person is thinking. You don't get to be in hangman mode because now I love you. So what? I didn't tell you. Who needs to know that I love them? They're working on it. Okay? They are working on it. I can hear their energy. I can feel their energy, Taurus. That devil keeps them protecting themselves, by the way. So we do have Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, more Capricorn energy here, or Earth energy with Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. We do have more Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, which is the Hangman. And finally, we end with our Strength card, which is also the Ace of Wands. So there's going to be a brand new passionate beginning. They have not lost the passion for you, Taurus. Beautiful, beautiful. and this is strength. So um, they're working on projecting outwardly. They're working on things that they haven't done before. They're working on um, charting new territory. They're working on all of the things that has proven impossible for them to do. You have to give them, if you care about this connection, then you will find it inside of you to be strong. I'm sorry, patient, just like they are trying to find it within them to be strong, to be a better person for you. Okay, because eventually that Ace of Cups will lead to a wedding. um, there has been wedding talk, wedding thoughts. There's been some type of wedding something. We might examine that in the extension. Um, I don't necessarily see a breakup. I see a time out. But if you guys are in breakup mode, I don't necessarily see excommunicado. I don't feel it. But excommunicado, if you are in separation, a full blown separation, or you're just in timeout, then reconciliation is definitely coming once this energy continues to shift. Or you guys could have already started your negotiations. Okay. And also past life energy. So I just want to let you know, for those of you who resonate with maybe twin flame, soulmate, definitely. There was a contract between you guys that was made in your past life, and now you have to find you found each other here. So for some of you, that may be great on a lot of what in a lot of ways, and for others of you, it may be horrible, and vice versa. Um, you know, the soul contracts that are made in past lives doesn't necessarily mean that when you get here it's going to be all wine and roses, because it still takes, takes work. Or maybe I'm not being delusional enough, or maybe that's what it is, but I just don't believe in that type of energy. Sorry. So past life relationship, I don't believe that nothing that is worth having, um, I believe you have to work for it. It just doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying, Taurus? All right. So our third ace in the whole thing. So we have the Ace of Cups, we have the Ace of Wands. Our third ace is the Ace of Pentacles. This is also the World. It reminds me a little bit. I did a video last week. Somebody had three aces and I hashtagged it. I believe that was Capricorn. So Capricorn showed up. So if this is what is going on? If this is, sorry guys, if you heard that. If this is Capricorn influences in here, I told you either your partner or yourself, there is going to be a new solid beginning here. Okay. Passion, enthusiastic, making you feel very happy about seeing someone passionately not wanting to let it go, an expression of love that's coming. A brand new start to some things is being influenced by new clarity, because you remember we started with the Queen of Swords. So this is demanding some type of truth and clarity. So anything that is being influenced by this queen is going to come out, and you're going to believe it. They're going to make a believer out of you this time. Okay. I told you guys that before, but they're really planning on showing you that they're for real. Okay. So that's that. And what is clarifying that is express your love. So, if there's going to be a trip involved, this is like a carbon copy of that in this respect here. I believe they had three aces. I don't remember whether the three aces were the same. We know that there are four in the deck. But I do remember the World here. So if this is indicative of a trip or some type of staycation, in that staycation, when your person is not in their normal surroundings, if this is what you guys do to reconcile or get to know one another again or whatever, even if it's a bed and breakfast, or if it's a staycation and you guys stay in all weekend and don't answer the phones, there's going to be an expression, Taurus, and this time you're going to feel this person. It reminds me of Do You Feel Me? Anthony Hamilton. And this is indicative. That is my inner strength. So we have strength, which is obviously courage, confidence, Then we have the Two of Wands, which is our inner strength. So strength is really highlighted in your person this week, okay? And again, being influenced by an acknowledgement of the truth. I have habits. I do this. I am sorry, but I'm not trying to lose you. And this isn't just a heart to heart conversation, as this card it also means, okay? This is a heart to heart conversations where there is honestly discussing feelings with each other, okay? So I'm going to name this time they make a believer out of you. I do want to see in the extension what else caused some of these blockages, because I see this devil and I want to know why they're so afraid. Shouldn't it be the easy part is that you fell in love to a person that has this much water in their chart? Or is that the scary part? I don't know. We're going to find out in the extension, thoughts, feelings, and additional actions that they're going to be taking, okay? They're planning on making a believer out of you. They're influenced by a tremendous amount of strength, okay? Absolutely. They're starting to look at things from your side. And this makes sense because I see them acknowledging it. I told you, I heard it. I am open to seeing both sides. Absolutely. They have empathy for you now. Honestly, some of them feel guilty. I'm not surprised if that card doesn't come out, because they didn't realize how just not giving you what you needed, something so simple, caused so much pain. And forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. That is how that person gets mad. Absolutely. And you definitely probably had some resentment, but that was one of the blocks. And the last one is freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. You're absolutely right. This person, I feel like also with that Knight of Wands, that Pisces energy, there's an energy that wants to roam. There is an energy in that card that wants to roam. And a lot of what was realized previously in that devil energy was that falling in love would be a death sentence almost. Like, this person is going to control me. It was a very childish look at relationships, okay? But I am going to name this Taurus. They're planning on making a believer out of you. You do have a lot of good energy here that is influencing their actions. So if you guys are interested in giving this person a real full-blown reconciliation, then allow them, because I really do see their good intentions. I am going to leave you with this Ace of Cups and this wedding card. Again, the situation involves marriage. There could be some talks of marriage. Don't take it too literally, but this is what's on their mind. So like, share, subscribe to the Marvelous Tribe. Thank you so much for coming in the first place this week. They're planning on making a believer out of you is what I am naming this. I'm going to show you further proof as to what they want you to believe. And for the rest of you guys, I'll see you in the extension. Bye, Taurus.